If you live in the city of Athens, you may have recently been alerted that your street is under a boil order. But what exactly is a boil order? The Ohio Environmental Protection Agency recommends public water suppliers issue a boil order anytime the pressure in the water distribution system drops below 20 psi and the system is compromised due to a water main break, local flooding, structural fires, or even regular operational maintenance. Extreme care is taken to ensure that water does not become contaminated, and workers act quickly to fix any problems. Here to tell us about the work that goes on during a boil order is the water plant manager, Shawn Beasley.
Boil orders are really precautionary. The procedure that we use is after repairs are made, a lot of times the water crew will make repairs to the water line while it's still pressurized. And if that's the case, then they can make a repair and determine that no boil order is needed. And they'll do that quite often. If they need to valve the water off to reduce pressure for safety or a number of reasons, if they need to close valves, or basically shut the water off to make the repair, that's a situation where the boil order is required. And typically, you come collect a sample, which our lab tech does, and they work on East Park Drive over by the new city pool. And the new procedure they use takes about 26 hours by the time they start the test till they get the results the next day. And let's say 99% of the time that result is going to come back negative for bacteria, which is good. That's what we expect.
Based on careful analysis by water system personnel, boil orders are only issued for specific areas and usually for no longer than 24 hours. Beasley says that most boil orders are precautionary as pressure is usually restored quickly. However, it takes a full day to have water tested for contaminants such as coliform bacteria.
Technically, if you read the book definition of a boil order, you're not even required to issue one until a sample would come back positive on the following day. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. If you wait until the following day, people could be drinking contaminated water if you waited for the results to come back. So we go ahead and we issue the precautionary boil order, tell people to boil their water or don't drink it, and then once the results come back, then everything is cleared.
The City of Athens automatically lifts its boil orders at the 24-hour mark if the test comes back that no contaminant is present. If you're under a boil order, you should boil all water meant for consumption, whether that be for cooking, drinking, brushing your teeth, or even making coffee. And it should be noted that coffee makers do not bring water to a full boil during the brewing process. The water should be brought to a boil for a full 3 minutes before it is used. If you happen to not have access to a stove or other heat source, you can safely disinfect water by using tiny amounts of chlorine bleach. And by tiny amounts, I mean about 1 teaspoon per 5 gallons of water. Once the bleach is applied, allow the water to sit for about 30 minutes before consumption. You should also turn off the water to your ice maker while the boil order is in effect and throw out any ice made during that time. And finally, please be cautious around boiling water as it is very hot and it can scald you. If you have more questions about boil orders, please check out the city's website, and if you need to know more about boil orders in your area, call the boil order hotline at 740-594-5078. All of this information on boil orders is very important, but it doesn't matter if you don't know when there's a boil order. The City of Athens now exclusively uses the Nixle service to send out emergency information. To stay informed of alerts, advisories, and community events, you can subscribe to Athens through Nixle. You can sign up for Nixle on the city's website by clicking the orange dot with an X through it. This will take you to a sign-up page where you will be asked to give either your phone number or your email or both. Once you've signed up, you can choose what sorts of things you would like to be notified of by going to the Settings tab. Under the Settings tab, you will notice different boxes that can be checked off, which correspond to the different notices you can receive. You can sign up for Nixle by using your mobile device to text your area code to 888-777. Signing up through text message will sign you up for every notification offered. You can later adjust your settings to your preference online.